Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome to my guide for the Steps of Faith, the newest main story trial added in patch 2.55. To enter this trial, you must have a minimum item level of 90 and have unlocked it via the main scenario quest, the Steps of Faith. This fight differs quite heavily from the standard fight in A Realm Reborn. Your goal is to kill the boss, Vishap, before he destroys 3 wards and the final wall to Ishgard's entrance. Failure to do so will result in the duty failing and being reset from scratch. If you die during this instance, it's also recommended that you just return and run back to the fight instead of sitting there waiting for a raise. Vishap himself has very few attacks. He has a few conal AoEs and a giant AoE stun. The most threatening thing he can do is step on you, which does massive damage and knocks you back. For that reason, do your best to avoid his feet, unlike you're seeing in this video. It's mostly the ads you have to worry about, really. There's a lot of them, and they all use abilities standard to the type of dragon that they are. Basically, you've seen all these enemies in Stone Vigil hard mode before. They all do the exact same thing. Make sure you assign one tank to pull the ads under Vishap between his front 2 legs. Don't get stepped on. You can use 2 tanks if you want to, but the other tank is better off doing damage to Vishap or helping with the other mechanics. This will make the ads easy to kill once I explain the main mechanic of the fight. The ads sometimes run away and attack NPCs, so just do your best here. So behind where you spawn into the arena, you'll notice several cannons. These cannons operate very similarly to the ones in Stone Vigil hard mode. The first attack they have does 2k damage to anything it hits, so you want to use this attack to AoE down the ads, and if you're positioning them properly, it'll also deal damage to the boss. The second attack is a stun, which only works on the ads. It can be used to stun the mobs, especially the turtle mob that spawns when he does his giant AoE, although regular stuns do work on the turtle as well. And the third attack places a puddle that reduces enemy movement speed on the ground. This isn't too useful with all the ads just being under the boss, though the NPCs do recommend that you use it to slow down the bias that run up to the cannons and attack them and just ignore the tank. You don't have to do this really, you can just kill the bias with the cannon blasts. At the start of the instance, assign 2 players to man the cannons every time they become available. Optimally, it can be done by the tank not on the ads and one of the healers, since as long as you avoid the AoEs, there really isn't enough damage to warrant utilizing both tanks and healers. This also frees up all 4 DPS to put full damage on the boss and the large ads that spawn. Of course, if your group is struggling, feel free to rearrange who has what duty. Just have them spam their one attack to mow down the ads. When Vishap goes to do a conal AoE to the cannons, step away from them a few seconds early. Even if you avoid Vishap's AoE, the cannons explode from the damage and do about 5,000 to 6,000 damage. If there are no more cannons behind, then focus on finishing off the ads and full DPS on Vishap until he breaks the ward. After he kills the first ward, 2 more cannon sets will spawn. Between these 2 cannon sets, you'll notice a tower on the side with a giant harpoon gun at the top. You can use this Dragonslayer harpoon a single time to deal 70,000 damage to the boss. Its range is indicated by an orange AoE circle in the middle of the bridge. Assign 1 player to activate it at about the time you see in this video and it should hit. This should be a different player from whoever's manning the cannons. After the second ward is destroyed, there will be another tower between the 2 sets of cannons. However, if you fire this one too early, Vishap will just dodge the attack this time. Instead, wait until he starts charging up a giant rectangular AoE. When this happens, have both players assigned to the cannons press the nearby snares. This will chain Vishap down and make him a sitting duck for the Dragonslayer harpoon. After the third ward is destroyed, there's going to be powder kegs littered across the path. Now you want to keep the ads off the kegs, but keep them nearby the kegs. When the kegs explode, Vishap and the ads will take a big chunk of damage. There is also one last Dragonslayer harpoon here, so if he's still not dead by now, use it along with the snares to ensure it hits. Also, you can either use the single target limit break to deal more damage to Vishap, or you can use the mage limit break to kill all the ads along with him. Put it all together and congratulations, you got yourself a win. Now, I would like to mention that the boss has just a little bit less HP than turn 8, so it is possible to just run 1 tank, 1 healer, and 6 DPS and just zerg him down if you're doing this with friends or a free company. It probably won't work out that way in the duty finder since you're going to have 2 tanks and 2 healers, but just throwing that idea out there. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share for all the latest Final Fantasy XIV information, news, guides, whatever it is you need. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care.